Should we not have this conversation anymore?
Oh, we can definitely have this conversation.
Once you start streaming.
All right, the stream is on. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined, as always, by my wonderful friends. Chris, playing Valravin, the Eldrin, I fucked up your phrase that time. Aladdin something, I don't know.
The whole thing with words you can't pronounce.
Why are you such a complicated character? Aladrin Bard.
In a minute.
Yeah. Some Aladdin Brad, I think, is his.
That's my class.
Yep. Heather playing Frey, the halfling barbarian.
Hello.
Rochelle playing Celeste, the half-orc monk.
Hello.
Raymond, hopefully joining us soon, playing Edmund, the human artificer, and Reese playing Thimbleweed, the gnome ranger. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. You can watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com and watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series, Rafting Icewind Dale, every Thursday. Head on over to our live post-session discussion, Frostside Chat, after our show tonight. You can follow me on Twitter at RogueWatson and join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. If you would like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord. And for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art is by Jimmy McClure. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thanks to a potion of animal friendship and an alchemy jug of honey, Edmund was able to subdue the polar bears harnessed to the goblin wagon. The party attached the sled of ingots and traveled in style to Bryn Shander, rolling up to the gates in the intimidating wagon pulled by bears and blasting friendly music. The guards weren't happy with the situation, but Sheriff Southwell was pragmatic, wasn't about to turn away potential aid. Edmund agreed to let the bears go, and the party was invited inside of the largest town in Icewind Dale. They were taken straight to the council hall, where they were introduced to several town speakers attending a council meeting. Speaker Wayleth, the superstitious leader of Easthaven, the shady speaker Maxildenar of Targos, the young and earnest speaker of Termalaine, Speaker Masthew, the elderly senile speaker Shaleskar of Bremen, and Speaker Shane, leader of Bryn Shander, attempting to mediate the council meeting. Icewind Dale was in trouble. The region was beginning to suffer from the never-ending winter and darkness, lakes freezing, herds moving, and monsters becoming more aggressive. They wanted to hire these new adventurers as official 10 Towns Marshals. After a lengthy interview process where the speakers and party members conversed with one another, the party grudgingly accepted the gig. They were awarded badges and learned of several quests and leads they could explore. Kobolds in a gem mine near Termalaine, missing mead shipment from Goodmead, a previous adventuring party last seen in Targos, and several missing speakers from the smaller, more isolated towns, such as the retired adventurer Trovis in Caer Konig. The party left to collect payments for helping the dwarves recover the ingots, and the day ended with Valravin entertaining everyone at the Northlook Inn with tales of their exploits as they set out the next day toward Termalaine.
Really? Everyone? That seems a little much.
Well, try to entertain everyone.
Everyone.
So yes, you are all, you've long rested. You get the benefits of a long rest following your night at the Northlook. And if you wanted to purchase anything while you're in town with all your wonderful new earnings, do speak up now.
We do have a bunch of money now, don't we?
Yeah, I need a bit more. My only big purchase I need is a studded leather armor, but I need a little bit more for that, so I'm saving up.
How much is
Yeah.
a health potion?
I think it's 50.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah. Gold.
How much money do you need for studded armor?
45.
What can I buy with 15 gold? Oh wait, I have
Question.
some stones too. I forgot about that. Oh, that's what I was gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I was just gonna sell those.
Oh yeah,
Right.
if you guys want while you're in town, you can. I'm just gonna let you convert your gems to money. I'm not gonna turn that into a big thing.
I did that last time. Just
Yeah,
exchanging
any of the
gems
which
we
I
got.
think the gems that you got were all worth 10 gold
Yeah.
each. So anything that's in the player's handbook under adventuring gear, you can purchase without a problem. And then we assume we're just going to hand wave the fact that Celeste, at some point, you probably wanted to shop for some cold weather appropriate gear for your character, but
Wow.
I'm not actually going to
I
make you
forgot.
deduct for that because everybody kind of started with that anyway.
Perfect.
Fishing tackle. Are we going to go fishing at any point?
I mean, we could cut a hole in the ice and go ice fishing.
Yeah.
Sure, Thimbleweed and I could find you a good spot.
So if you guys
You
are
definitely won't follow me.
done
Ooh.
in
Bagpipes.
that brings me back. Turns out Celeste does not know how to play the bagpipes.
That's right.
But she practices
Horrendous.
every hour of every day. Otherwise, you guys can make your way towards which last time you all told me you wanted to go do Beautiful Mine.
Changed our minds.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to Goodmead.
On the opposite way. I can
No,
put
yeah.
you.
The exact place you haven't prepared yet.
That's
Right.
right. Where have you not prepared? That's where we want to
I can
go.
actually go to the big map. The big map. Brother monkey. Yeah, there's no flying monkeys to be purchased in Bryn Shander, alas.
Not yet.
You never know.
Which Speaker Shane did mention the fact that she might be able to procure you all some mounts in the future. Should you prove to be, good at your job and able to get business done, and that way that might let you go beyond the actual 10 Towns Trail region a bit better. I think we've got Raymond coming in. Oh, there he is. Hey!
Raymond!
Hello.
So yeah, you guys can. I assume you want to follow the road. You don't have to, but it would take you to Targos first, and then to Termalaine. Which, by the way, the distance here. I know we're used to huge maps of like miles and miles to go, but if you actually use the ruler, you can see that the distance between these towns is not actually that much. So between Bryn Shander and Targos, 3 miles takes you an hour. So don't worry
Okay.
about like this being like a big hex crawl, like, expedition just to get around. Now, when you start traveling a little bit beyond the actual 10 Towns region, it gets a little more challenging. But just going along the trail is typically not very difficult, at least until this whole event is going on, and then they have mentioned that things are getting more dangerous.
So we only save maybe 4 miles or so if we don't follow the road straight. I'm not listening. We could just take a shortcut, but I'm wondering if do we know if there's a good reason not to just go straight north? Like go through the snow here?
The only thing you've got is you did have one of your rumors and leads. I can put you back on that one if you want. Which did mention Targos as a possible lead for.
The map's even accurate on this page. That's nice.
Is it real? Oh, that's.
Oh no, it's feet.
It's feet.
So-
Yeah, I was
but it's actually accurate. It was at least close. To
Yeah.
accurate. It was.
just okay.
It was about
What,
2
2
miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
But yeah, the speaker of Targos, which was Maxildanar, mentioned the fact that adventuring party was last seen in Targos. So if you guys wanted to follow up on that at all, that would be the place to go. But otherwise, it's entirely up to you.
There's Chris trying to change things up from what we said last time.
That's right.
They've already
That's
made that
right.
joke, yeah. Turn around and go the other direction.
My bad.
Perhaps
You're
we
being
go
late.
to this Targos and have a nice lunch there before we set off on the final leg to Termalaine.
Oh yeah, do they have good Yelp reviews?
Let me check.
Hey,
There's a
Yelp!
sushi place.
It's a man in a corner. What'd you think of that face?
The ribs are good, the service sucks.
Yeah.
If it's the place I'm thinking of, I'd rather not. The service was subpar last time.
That's all. It's only a $1 sign.
2 stars.
$1?
$1 sign.
I have gold. Is that $1?
Yes.
To the
Yeah.
dollar menu.
Well, there's our plan. Go to Targos, eat from the dollar menu.
From the
and then go
dollar
to
menu.
Termalaine.
All right. Yeah.
Let me see. I'd like 2 doubles. 1 elk beef burger. I'm done.
I don't know. It just sits in the bag. You all leave the comforts of the Northlook Inn and exit the town of Bryn Shander and follow what looks like a pretty well-worn, safe passageway. And sure enough, it's on the trail. It seems like this is one of the more commonly used trails still, and the fact that the towns are so close together, people are still generally more comfortable going to and from. But you do note that still, like, the overall population is a lot lower than what you would expect for just people traveling around just during the day in what should be summer months, but feels like just the dead of winter. And still, there's that gray, just oppressive overcast over you at all times. Like Bryn Shander, Targos is encircled by a wooden wall, protecting the town from outside threats. The wall extends out into the lake, creating a safe harbor of the town's boats. While most of the 10 towns have a fishing industry, none are as big as Targos, where fleets of fishing vessels are constantly coming and going. Everything here revolves around knucklehead trout, a delicious, plentiful fish found in Mare Dwalden.
So you were onto something about that sushi.
That's right.
Where is Targos? Got too many maps. So like Bryn Shander, the gates are closed, but you all find you can flash your badges pretty effectively, and the guards nod, and you recall that one of the speakers from Targos was at that council meeting, and you probably also heard at some point that most of the speakers left just later that day, especially with some of the ones being so close, so they actually got here ahead of you all.
Am I supposed to be able to see anything?
Black box.
Yeah, my bad. This has Fog of War, or not Fog of War. Dynamic lighting on. It doesn't need that. And as you all arrive in there, a runner comes up to you after you're right, because the guards all let you in and things, and says that the speaker wants to speak with you all. Speaker Maxildenar, which was this one.
Oh, the sleazy one.
Yes. The speaker of
cool
Targos. The cool one.
Yeah.
He's got a cigarette. I'm
You're
the cool
so
one. You kids want to be cool?
I got cigarettes for everybody.
Got some Affliction t-shirts in the back.
And I'm gonna go put on my
Alright.
Nickelback t-shirt.
That's right. That is what Max Siltonar would think is cool.
And the other piece of information from last time that you spoke to him mentioned that the adventuring party was last seen buying supplies, which would be you ask around, and the pretty much the only main general store is
Aluskan Arms?
is Triglio. Luskan Arms is actually where the runner says that the speaker is staying, which is the big inn.
Oh, does he not have a home in his home city? Maybe we
Right.
can ask him about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna
You
go
can
to the
have a-
Triglio. Have Maxfield come meet us there.
You say that to the runner?
Why not? I mean, these places are on the opposite side of town.
Mm-hmm.
How many? Is this one accurate? Okay, it's 1,000 feet away.
Listen in a while.
Yeah. Couple blocks. But yeah, you guys can decide however you want to do it.
Trulio is the market, you said?
It's like a general store.
General store. Okay.
Well, how
We
about
could
you?
split up. Some of us could go to Triglia and some of us could go to talk to Max Eldinar.
Well, I was gonna say, how about you, runner? Pretend you haven't seen us yet, and we'll meet Maxfield a little later after we go to Triglio. You don't know. You don't need to know we're here.
Are you like tipping him at all for this mission you're
No,
putting him on?
Valravin will actually volunteer to go. Perhaps we ought to split our time and be a bit more efficient. I will go and speak to this Max Sildinar. Valravin's also kind of thinking about the way things went last time when the whole group talked to the leaders.
So you want to leave the whole group to go question a bunch of merchants about where
You know what? Merchants
other
are,
people went?
as far as Valravin's concerned, the merchants are probably
He's
more your
embarrassed by all of you.
Questioning commoners is probably more your speed as far as Valravin's concerned. Not that he's classist or anything.
Calling us stupid.
Just
He's
of
definitely
the
calling us
people.
stupid.
Yeah, you are of the people. That's right.
Salt of the earth.
It's a compliment.
I'm your better. You're better.
I mean, if anyone wants to go with it. Valravin will, bring it, won't stop anybody, but he'll go talk to Max Eldinar as everybody else goes questions.
Split that party.
That's right.
All right, who wants to go with Valravin to speak with the speaker, and who wants to go to the merchant store to ask about?
Wait, is Max Ildinar the one I hit upside the head?
Sure is.
Oh, he probably does not want to see me.
See him.
That's probably one of the other things that Valravin had in his mind whenever he said, "I'll go." We assaulted this man last time we met him.
There was no we, that was just me.
That was just you, yes. But if you
She's
go
proud of
with
it.
us, then it's we.
Now go to Triglio.
I find the
She
best
cares.
information comes from the people. I too am going to Triglio.
We go with this man.
No one ever said it had to be even split.
I think I'm gonna go with Valravin here because he really seems to know what he's doing and he makes me feel safe. Okay, so C Celeste is just inspired by your confidence. It makes her feel safe because she's so scared.
All right. Valravin will probably like take that as like a responsibility now. Like he.
You
Also
are my
puffs his
ward
chest
now.
Yeah.
Puffs your chest out, walks
That's
a little
right.
taller.
Well, my dear, and I shall do great things.
Indeed we shall. As she cowers behind you with her mop.
All right, let's see which group is getting there first. It looks like Triglio will get there a little bit quicker, assuming you both kind of beeline towards your various spots. Triglio is a pretty standard general store, but is decked out in like it's like a souvenir shop at the beach, just like fishing shit everywhere, and like except obviously not beaches, saltwater, but fishing lake stuff all over the place, like tackle, fish hooks, just all that stuff, because this is a huge fishing town. And there is a very weedy, kind of crusty man who's actually missing one of his hands and just has like kind of a large fish hook at the end of it for one of his appendages, and kind of looks up at all of you as you walk in.
Which appendage,
mean-
though?
Yeah.
He'll say
Multiple.
his left hand.
He has 2 arms and 2 legs.
One of his
Now
hands is a fish hook.
Here's a question. You said he looks up as we walk in. He's really only gonna see.
That's a
wings.
good point. He is a human.
Mhm.
He actually probably has to look down at most of you. That's a good point. Metaphorically, he's staring down at his counter and looking up, and then looks down. His eyes
I'm
adjust
good if he doesn't look at me.
to the
I'm good.
shorter party.
He hears the bell ringing, and he looks up and doesn't see anybody.
Mhm.
And then Emin's like, "Hey, I'm right here."
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, you have a fine shop here. I imagine a lot of people come here, get their
Oh.
goods and wares.
I get lots of customers. Everybody
Yeah.
likes coming to Triglio.
Is his counter like got one of those like doors that goes like this so he can walk in and out and it's kind of open on the bottom?
Sure.
I'm totally walking back there.
Just walking around.
Never seen that.
He
I'm
probably doesn't
short.
notice. Yeah.
No, I'm small. I can like walk between his legs and he won't even notice.
Oh my gosh.
You won't even notice an almost 3-foot being.
He's the tallest man in the town.
That
What happened to
half-million
me? We're
nimbleness.
looking for some people.
Oh, we're not a dating service here, or a tavern. This is Triglio. General store.
I know. That's why we came here. It's the most popular place in town, isn't it?
All right, what do you want?
Kobolds!
Wait, did you come with us or did you go with Valravn?
I'm with you guys.
Oh, whoops.
Are you here?
I
Said
mean,
that out loud. Wait, you came with us? Oops.
Yes, I came with you. You think I would hang out with that pompous person? I need to work on my insults.
Or you got some time. Let's see him a little later.
Mr. Astute.
Mm-hmm.
Are we looking for
Um,
kobolds? What are we looking for again?
I don't know what we're looking for, actually.
Okay.
Great
Well.
team sense.
Hey, I tried to warn you.
Well, we're looking for...
I'm looking
particular
again
group.
at the different things again to see if it's in here somewhere.
It
So I
was an
don't-
adventuring party.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
was-
sorry. I don't have the rumors and leads on your journal, but yes, there was a previous adventuring party last seen in Targos, and supposedly they were buying up supplies. That's what you know.
Right.
Do we know where they were going?
Do not.
We should ask around.
We're looking for an adventuring party. Any of those sort of folk come through?
Oh, yes. I remember. A pretty unique group, like yourselves. Came in about a week ago. It was a big old Goliath. Oh boy, they growing big up in those mountains. He was with 2 ladies. He was a halfling and a tiefling. Oh, red skin and horns. Reminded me of the captain here in town. Heavily armed, a lot of them, swords, shields, and pouches. They was buying up lots of supplies. Mountain gear, mostly. Said they was going up the mountain, and the mountain only means one thing. It's Kelvin's Cairn, yes it is. I'd be saying now, why you be going up there? And they says, 'cause some fellow was gonna pay 'em to take 'em there. I says, now, why would some fellow want to take you up there? And it was about that time the tiefling woman threatened to burn my face off if I asked any more questions, and she looked like she'd be meaning business, so I didn't ask any more questions.
No, but you probably heard more.
Ha ha! That I did. I
That
overheard.
dude had to have jumped out of his freaking skin.
That's
though, 'cause
true.
I'm, like, literally behind his ass.
She's like standing right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's like crawling between his legs, like halfway through, and just asks.
It's just right beneath his crotch. Ah!
That's how I'm gonna get real answers.
Yeah,
That's right.
he just
I do
freaks
have
out.
a
Hey,
axe.
this area's for workers only.
Sharp, pointy ends. Keep talking.
Well, I overheard them asking if they were gonna stop in Bryn Shander before meeting that fella in East Haven. I didn't catch any names, but they definitely said something about a wizard.
They're meeting a wizard in East Haven?
That's what I heard.
Ooh.
The man seems like he's enjoying this gossip immensely.
Excellent.
Now tell me, what's
But they
your
didn't-
story?
Well, we came by here to make sure there's still supplies. You see, we were told someone bought up all the supplies, and that was a problem. But I couldn't figure out why. Wouldn't that mean you made lots of money? And isn't what you greedy townspeople want is money?
Yes. Do you have some? I still have supplies if you would like to purchase. Not big on the mountaining gear, of course. We're not really close to the mountains here. I figured those lot would probably be heading up north, but apparently they were going to go all the way east to that East Haven.
Why would they want mountaining supplies for the east?
Well, they mentioned going up, taking that feller up there to that mountain, to Kelvin's Cairn. It's a real dangerous place.
I thought
Even-
that was to the north.
What?
I thought that was to the north, sorry.
Yeah, so he's referencing which if I put you back on the map, you would see the one big mountain in the area is the Kelvin's Cairn in the kind of the Ten Towns
Okay.
region. So he's mentioned that,
And
he's mentioned East Haven, yeah.
and you're right, Risa. Kelvin's Cairn is to the north.
Yeah, I'll actually put you guys back on the map just so you can see all these locations I'm doing, and I will update your rumor in a bit. But first, let's go to Valrovin and Celeste, making it over to the Luskan Arms. You come in to the inn, and it's a pretty nice inn, nicer than the one you stayed at in Bryn Shander. And when you ask for Speaker Max Ildenar, the innkeeper actually points you up to the leisure suite. He's like, this is the speaker does stay here, just really likes the atmosphere, and it looks like, you wouldn't necessarily know this, but it looks like a classic Luskan building. It's designed to look like from that town, and says the speaker is originally from that area and feels at home here, and he has the nicest luxury presidential suite here at the Luskan Inn.
It's one of those.
Or Luskan Arms, yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10. How clean is this place?
Celeste, your socks are knocked off with how. No, actually, the inn is pretty nice. It's not perfect, but it's in pretty good shape. When you get to his room, it is very, very nice. It is an opulent ass room. As you walk into this large and opulent suite with its own tiny fireplace, adorning several high-backed chairs and couches resembling a lobby, and the speaker is standing over a large cage, and he's dropping a writhing mouse into a cage of what looks like winged snakes that are hissing and fighting over it. And in the corner, lounging in a chair, is a tiefling man who's in full plate armor and seems like a guard of some sort. And he
That
turns.
could not be comfortable.
He turns
Lounging
to
in plate armor.
Yeah, that's true. He turns around and sees the two of you, and says, well, I appreciate you coming to Targos so quickly. Normally, we're more amenable to visitors, but times being what they are, well, we just can't leave our front door unlocked these days now, can we?
Dear sweet lord.
We are just learning about your residential customs, my good sir. But I will take your word for it.
Must say, I'm glad the some of the more reasonable members of your little party decided to come and see me. I hope my fine town is of a liking to all of you.
Oh, by good measure, yes, of course. Our other friends, after our last meeting, opted to send our 2 more Kuth members as delegates. I hope you don't mind, of course.
At all. Now, you're busy folks, so I'll get straight to the point. No doubt that you've seen that our dear speaker, Maschew, isn't really cut out for this job. He's a nice, promising young man, but a speaker he isn't. This mine business shouldn't even be your problem. Termalaine has more than enough militia that can be roused to take care of any nuisances like that. Now, obviously, I want you to help them, that's why you were hired. But it might be best for the town if that mine were to temporarily close as a result of all this. It would put the town in a bad spot, but we as neighbors of Mayor Dualden can provide relief. And a special election in Termalaine could pick a much stronger leader for the city.
I see. That is very interesting. My dear Celeste, coming from a service background yourself, I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on the matter.
Oh, I think we should do whatever he's asking of us because I am very uncomfortable in here. And can I ask, who is your cleaner? Because I am just blown away.
I see you appreciate the finer things in life.
I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by the accent. Can you summarize for me again what is happening in this conversation?
You're almost in House of Cards accent. You're almost in Kevin Spacey in House of Cards. It's almost there.
I was trying to do a little Django Unchained in there.
Yeah. It's definitely that.
Yeah. To paraphrase, he is not wanting to interrupt your mission that you're on the way to go do, but perhaps to undermine that speaker's authority in order to have them depose him and elect a new speaker. And he says that the opportunity is with this problem you're going to face, which is this mine that you're going to go clear out. If there was something you could do to help facilitate that, basically.
As he's or I want to look around and see, does he have something like, I'm looking for like a decanter of whiskey or drink or something in the room, something like that of that sort.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely has like what you'd consider like a welcoming thing. He sees you doing this, like, I'm so sorry, my apologies. Scoth, please, would you offer our guests a chair and a drink? My apologies. I've got so excited about seeing you.
Valravn will just sort of wave him down as he's already getting up to walk towards it, and he's like, no, good sir. I will tell you, my friend, in our short time here, we have met with a few of your folk and have taken a liking to your place, I believe. It is a fine collection of cities, have we not, Celeste?
Absolutely, it is the absolute finest, and I am completely at home here and comfortable.
But Robin acts like she just said like the most like profound Indeed. and he pours 2 glasses of drink
Two
begins to
drink,
walk-
please.
Two of whatever the nicest looking thing he's got on
Yeah.
his spread. He pours 2 glasses of it and turns around and he begins walking back. He goes, and after our last meeting, during which time we swore an oath to do what is best for your 10-town region, we are even more dedicated to that oath that we swore. And you, my good sir, look as though you are a fine executive of this region. I do believe that you have what is best for 10 towns at heart, do you not?
Oh, absolutely, my friend.
And as Valravn walks back, he walks almost towards Max Shildinar, but kind of turns at the last second and hands the other glass to Celeste, and then sits down next to her. Well, I can assure you, good sir, regardless of any other plans, any other motivations, you can trust in us wholeheartedly and fully to fulfill our oath to do what is indeed best for 10 towns. Something which, in your position and in your own oath, I know for certain you can endorse heartily, yes?
Roll a...
I kind of want to do an insight check as I'm saying all of this.
Okay.
I want to just gauge his reaction.
Yeah. Give me persuasion with advantage, and then just give me a normal insight check.
Okay. My character sheet wasn't open yet.
Meanwhile, Celeste is just going to nervously down this whiskey or whatever you've handed to her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't normally drink because she, is from a monastery. So that's what's going on over here.
Okay.
He started something terrible. Horrible addiction for Celeste going forward.
Did you do the rolls?
No, not yet.
Okay.
There we go.
Ooh, boy.
There's your persuasion. And insight.
Oh
my God.
Dang!
Although
you rolled
natural 20.
Well, that's not a nat 20. It's not. It just means you rolled 20 on ability check.
Mm-hmm.
There is a charisma off right now, Celeste. You can just see like the sparks flying and these eyebrows wagging. This is what are the 2 guys from Game of Thrones that always had those like speeches with each other from the early, the 2 I'm talking about?
Varys and Littlefinger?
Yes, Varys and Littlefinger. This is you and Max Ildinar just back and forth having this conversation. But finally, a rise with the insight check. It's hard to gauge him. Obviously, he's mentioning something that's probably a little underhanded here. But it's hard to gauge his ultimate motivations, whether he really is for 10 towns, or if he's in it for himself, or whatever other motivations he has. But you see a wry smile kind of appear on his face. He says, well, I certainly think you will be a very useful group to have here, and certainly I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I do hope that you can get rid of all those nasty kobolds and make sure that mine is all nice and safe and sound for our dear sister city. But I do wish for the best for Termalaine, of course. But sometimes I understand that you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Do you understand me? And of course, if that requires some extra compensation for you all, let's face it, 10 gold a week. You're much better folks than that. So I'm sure that if things go well for 10 towns regarding the city of Termalaine, then, well, you just visit your old friend Speaker Max Ildinar, and he'll take care of you.
I do appreciate the offer and the flattery, sir. It is most gratifying to both of our hearts, I believe.
Absolutely, I am entirely gratified. She just puts her empty cup down in front of her.
And Valravin, actually, at this point, I assume Celeste. Are you seated too? He sat down at some point. One of the seats.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
she's standing nervously.
At this point, Valravin will motion to that guard again to the empty glass in front of Celeste.
Okay.
The whatever the night was that was earlier being motioned.
Yeah.
He'll just sort of do this like connecting the empty glass in front of Celeste.
The man actually huffs and kind of stands up, and you see he's just like a hulking, like this. It seems like he could take out a sword and just run you through in like a second. He just kind of gets up, very like annoyed, and walks over to the glass, and Max Eldner kind of gives him a look, and he just kind of, begrudgingly walks over with the drink and fills it up, and he's clinking the whole time with the armors clunk clunk clunk. There you go, Scarf. Go ahead.
Oh, you don't seem spitting in your drinks.
I'll
do that. Well, I don't want to keep you any longer, but you can feel free to finish your drinks, of course. Courtesy of the Luskin Arms Inn.
And what lovely drinks they are, sir. Wonderful place you have here.
There's more where that came from here at Targos.
And I will say, sir, when next we meet, hopefully at one of the... How often do you have those wonderful gatherings of all your leaders?
Ha ha! Wonderful, yes. I do love leaving my luxurious home to go and spend time with such fine people. Yes, it's once a month, I believe. Though things keep going what they are, who knows if I'll be attending the next.
Indeed. Such are the troubled times we are in. But I trust, and I hope the next time we meet, we will be able to report back to you that indeed Termalaine is in far greater standing and far more auspicious terms with the world around it. At which point then we can, of course, speak of any additional compensation you might find to be amenable. And
because of that role, like you feel like you two go back and forth like this for a while, but you feel like you maybe have the upper hand in this conversation, but just barely. This guy does seem like...
What I'm trying to do is just kind of talk around him to get to the point where he's agreeing to like, yes, we will make Termalaine better without doing what explicitly what he's asking us to do.
Exactly. And he feels like you're tricking him a little bit. The only thing that you feel like he recognizes is that you are also like a very silver-tongued, like this is your forte, so he's trying to like duel with you, and you think you get the upper hand in this conversation in terms of like, agreeing to that, but not necessarily agreeing to any specific thing.
Right.
But yeah, you two are able to make it out of that situation. Do the group at Triglio, do you have any more questions of, whatever the man's name was? I forgot who the guy was called. The hook hand guy.
Okay.
Hook hands.
What is his name? Justin. I don't know if I ever said his name before.
Justin?
Justin.
You did not say his name before.
His name is Justin. Justin! Yeah, okay.
Do these adventurers look like they were well prepared to face this wizard in meeting?
I don't know how one faces a... I'm doing the southern voice. How one faces a wizard in a meeting? But they were certainly dressed for danger, I'll tell you that. Much like yourselves, if you don't mind me saying.
Did they mention anything else unusual where they were going? Or what was there? I don't know.
Not anything else, but just that group alone was very unusual. We don't see a whole lot of the mountain folk down here.
Yes.
Tell me, tall one. Did you see anybody watching them?
Well, I was watching them, but nobody else in the store, no.
If you had a guess, what's the equivalent of a gold in, dollars?
I've heard people explain it like a gold is anywhere from $20 to $100. So it gets kind of crazy because adventurers end up making a lot of money versus what the commoner actually has in this world. But I guess I'm not sure.
Mr.
I need to establish that.
Mr. Justin, you said?
That's right.
You seem quite a good source of information. Wouldn't you say so yourself?
I would.
There's a chance there might be people coming after us asking about us, you know? And what would it take to maybe throw them off our tracks as he slides 5 gold into his hand?
Okay. He snatches that up greedily with his hook. Just whoosh. Says, "Oh, I'd never heard of you fine folks."
It's okay if you heard of us. Just maybe tell them we went the opposite direction.
Oh, well, which way are you going?
Anything believable. I take it that you have a good source of information. Maybe tell them we went ice fishing at the Sea of Moving Ice.
Ice fishing? Oh, of course. I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure you have some gear here that we could have picked up.
Yes, I would like you to buy some things, but hey, 5 gold, that'll work for me. That buys silence, the greatest gift of all.
Do you even have anything worth buying?
He points out a litany of like fishing gear that just bores you to death almost immediately, but he goes into an entire sales pitch about all this fishing gear, and you can't help but recall how everybody says the lakes are freezing right now, and even when you were walking up to in the middle of town, you could see beyond that, like, literally most of the lake was like ships were just like sitting in the docks and everything, and his gear looked like it was pretty well stocked up.
I regret everything.
Otherwise, you guys can get back together if you would like to
Sure.
reunite the party, and it's entirely up to you guys how you want to report your various findings.
As we're leaving,
Yes.
Valravn will actually get with Celeste to like one-on-one before we meet up with everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Here's our story.
Yeah.
What did you make of that gentleman, Celeste?
I think he was the best gentleman I've ever encountered.
Is she
I
drunk?
I think
I would
We
have guessed
did.
a woman of her size would have a higher constitution.
I think we did very good with all of the negotiations.
Yes, we did. I've made a terrible mistake. Perhaps, dear, I'll tell you my thinking, and you can tell me how much you agree or disagree. I believe the man is fairly vile, if I'm being honest with you. It seems as though to me that he was asking us to do something rather underhanded. And I don't know the rest of our party that well. Not well enough to know how they might react to such a proposal. Might you and I simply keep the nature of this conversation to ourselves in that regard?
Absolutely. There will never be a whisper from my mouth.
Celeste, you can have a point of inspiration for getting drunk off the one drink in the meeting.
2 drinks. There were 2 drinks.
2 drinks. 2 drinks. 2 drinks, Celeste.
2 drinks.
Oh my god, as soon as we get all back together, she's gonna be like, you guys!
The best drink.
Yeah, but
It was
otherwise, I
open
guess-
bar.
Right.
This is probably gonna be like the chillest we've ever seen Celeste at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just self-medicating her anxiety. The story's getting dark for Celeste. you guys.
Welcome to the party. What about?
Yeah, Valravn, honestly, because she is recognizing that she is under a condition at the moment, probably doesn't actually think she'll keep it to herself, but he's just sort of like, yeah, so very well. let's
Team Merchant Store, do you guys report anything?
Yeah, I don't see why we would have a veil of secrecy like Team Traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll tell them everything we learned, that the adventuring party was meeting a wizard at Kelvin's Cairn. Karn. Is it Cairn?
So the full.
Kid!
So what you heard is that they were meeting a wizard in East Haven, and they were going to take, and the. Let's see, what was it? Read my own notes.
This is why I'm not in charge of this stuff.
See, no,
And I
this
tell
is what
them?
we
Yeah, what do I
heard.
tell them?
So what we heard is what you were saying, but what we told them
True.
was they met a wizard at Kelvin's Cairn.
True.
We cut out the whole
Something about
little
Kelvin
part
running a
because-
carnival? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a telephone game.
Ironically, we're the best at keeping secrets.
That's right.
So what did you find out? You don't want to know. You don't get to know. But yes, they were buying supplies to go on a mountain excursion to Kelvin's Cairn. And I will, I don't have that ready, but I will update that for you as that becomes an official quest at Kelvin's Cairn. But otherwise, if you all are prepared, assuming you don't have to buy any...
What we would probably tell the other three when we meet up is just leave out the bit about him trying to get us to undermine the other guy.
Okay.
Just like that the guy wanted us to just do what's in the, what Valravn was trying to negotiate in the first place. Like, just do what's in the best interest of Termalaine, and maybe we'll give you some extra money. He'll share that with them.
Okay.
Celeste is gonna say, guys, Velraven and I met the best person, and he gave us the town. We own the town now.
What is wrong with that one?
He has discovered the joys of alcohol, it appears.
Oh my.
Yes.
She would like, come here.
Do we need to get her, like, some booze to take on the road for, like...
We need to buy a keg for her.
Frey is going to splash, like, the coldest water
Oh,
that she can find in Celeste's face, trying to, like, sober her up.
it's so cold. It's so cold. That can be hard to do that with somebody that towers over you. Like,
Ah!
No, she went, come here.
oh, get her to lean down.
Uh-huh.
Splash. Yeah, otherwise you guys can continue on your route towards Termalaine, which is another, it's a trail. This one, as you notice as you go along, is not quite as well worn. This is a lot longer, and it's going to take you several hours. And once you leave kind of the first mile around Targos, you don't really see anybody else as you're traveling, so it's a pretty lonely journey. And after about an hour of travel, you can't shake the feeling that you are being watched. The open tundra leaves little room for hiding, yet your eyes dart at every ridge, rock, and tree that you pass. And the cold has gotten progressively worse. Most of you have never been this far north, and even if you have, never in these desolate conditions, where again, during the day, it is gray and overcast, and it feels it feels even colder than what winter would normally feel like. Just not very pleasant at all. And after another hour of oppressive cold and paranoia weighing you down, you pass near a ridge, and the air suddenly grows very still. And a large gray wolf emerges from the top of the short ridge, staring at you with icy blue eyes that reflect far more than an animal intelligence. And it opens its mouth and speaks in common and says, "Who are you?"
Can I do it? No one else speaks up. Valravn!
That's what we expect you to do.
We were all waiting for it.
Okay.
Stands to attention.
It stands up and bows.
Or the rest of you do.
Not
Myself, I am Thimbleweed, tracker of the party.
keep,
Who
keep-
are you?
Sorry.
keeping her eyes locked with the wolf. She'll look at him and just go, "We are just travelers on the path to Termalaine."
It's cocking its head, and you feel like it is understanding what you're saying, and it kind of looks at all of you again, and then opens its mouth and says, "Whom do you serve?"
Yeah, do we want to be honest with this creature? I'm not sure.
No.
He is on the side of 10 Towns.
Do we serve 10 Towns?
Technically, yes. That's what we're doing here.
Oh.
I serve Brother Mike at the monastery, so
Brother mine.
We are aiders of those who need aid, helpers of the helpless. Oh, that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah. He opens his mouth and says, "Adventurers."
If the occasion calls for it. Good Samaritans,
Did
if
you
that
guess?
occasion.
You notice he kind of growls a little bit, and two more wolves come on either side of the ridge. And it says, "Where is the wizard?"
Ah, the famous wizard. We are looking for the same wizard you are.
Is that what you say?
Yeah, there can only be one wizard.
You're also looking for the
Only
wizard.
one wizard.
Thimbleweed
Yep.
is sure of it.
What do you know?
He is meeting people, my good wolf. People we don't know.
That was such conviction. Like it's an important piece of information. We don't know.
Where?
Elvin's Cairn. Or is it Carn? I never could pronounce that mountain.
I think it's Cairn. Jim, is it Cairn? It's Cairn. I think it's Cairn.
But Karen,
Yeah.
Aha, that was a test. I've known all along. I have lived here my entire life. That was incorrect.
It's Karen.
Oof. All of you notice a pair of wolves. You like hear a branch snap, and behind you, you see a pair of wolves hiding behind a nearby small like little copse of trees and bushes. Just a pair of them, and they're fixing to ready to come out. And you see the other wolf, the one with the glowing blue eyes, says, "Kill them."
Wait, we told you about the wizard.
Indeed. And I would like you all to give me some initiative, but because I rolled so badly on my stealth check, there's no surprise round, and you noticed another pair of wolves.
Oh boy. Giving the wolves information was the wrong play. Apparently.
Never help the talking wolves. No
That's
good.
the lesson here.
No good
We're
could come
generally
of.
good guys,
Yeah.
except in
Most
a lot of
fantasy.
movies.
Yeah.
Except in most cases.
I like wolves.
Wolves seem like good guys.
Yeah.
They eat the people I don't like in the movie.
Even Liam Neeson? He didn't deserve that.
I never saw that
He
movie.
had
Those
those
were mean
bottle.
wolves.
He had the. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I,
It was all right.
I saw enough previews where I was like, I bet that's what happens at
You,
the end.
you got the gist. If you watched a trailer, you got the gist.
All the characters die, and then Liam Neeson fights with bottle gloves.
Bottle gloves.
I get it.
I guess
That would be a good movie. All right, I'm gonna stay home.
I'll roll for Ray. Peace. Oops, that's not it.
Redmond.
Or for Edmund. Hey, my initiative thing works.
Mhm.
Well, the good news is you are not surprised by the wolves trying to come up behind you. The bad news is the wolves all get to act first due to this excellent initiative.
There's already a cone on the map. I don't know if that's intentional.
That was not intentional. My bad. However, thankfully I rolled early, so they're going to be using that cone very soon.
It's important.
That is my bad. Unfortunately, the way I've got your dark stuff set up, the entire map gets darkened by your radius, which is very not good for the DM, but it's good for you all. So actually, it was hard for me to even see that was on the token layer. But yes, you notice that the lead wolf comes bounding down. The others don't have the glowing blue eyes, by the way, and weren't speaking. Only the one that was speaking to you does, and I've actually marked it with an eyeball kind of symbol. Comes bounding down this ridge. And comes up to all of you and opens its mouth and exhales. Let's see, what's the best spot for that to maximize? I think it's the three of you.
Wish you kept it where it was.
It's the three of them.
Yeah, let's do the
No
three.
further.
This is always fun because I'm just like, I randomly just put you on the map, so who knows what's gonna happen. But and I need the three of you to give me con saving throw. Oh my god. I rolled so bad
Wow.
to
What did
take
you roll?
that terrible
1
3
and a
cold
2.
damage. Or half if you succeed. God damn, that's
Ooh.
terrible. The wolf just hiccups and it's a little bit of cold spray coming out.
It's a chill breeze.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take 3 damage.
Yeah, you will. Let's see, can I do that for...
You have a +2 to your Constitution.
I do.
Edmund, I need a con save from you. For 3 cold damage. As the lead wolf came bounding down, opens his mouth, which you're pretty sure wolves can't do this, and unleashes this like spray of cold air that's just slightly uncomfortable. Those of you that save, you take what, one cold
One.
damage? Yeah, fantastic. And then the other wolves will obviously run up as well.
Just think how much damage you did altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5 damage.
There. All right, so that was that one's action. Number 3, or we'll do number 2. Will bite at Edmund, which advantage on attack roll against creature of at least one of those allies within 5 feet. So this is not advantage. I think 9's gonna hit you. Number 3 is gonna bite at Frey, and does have advantage because they have the pack tactics. How does a 21 sound?
That'll hit.
For 7 piercing damage, that wolf sinks its teeth into you. And I need a strength saving throw where he knocks you prone as he kind of... I was going to say leaps up, but let's face it, that wolf doesn't have to leap up to bite you.
No.
Leaps laterally.
Leaps laterally. Alright, obviously you are able to rebuff his body, plant your feet. And then from around the back... We're gonna have one bite at Valravn with non-advantage. 16
That's gonna hit.
for 8 piercing
Oh,
damage.
no.
Boy, the wolves are doing it. And a strength save as well.
I'm not good at that.
You are knocked prone,
With
my
a
friend.
-1.
As
Oh.
advertised.
Paul Robin shrieks and just
Yes.
flops
Oh, dear Lord.
as the wolves come around the corner, which you were all aware of, but still, they came around the corner and knocked you down. The other one will go after Celeste, and this one has advantage because of the pack tactics. Does 15 hit you, Celeste?
Yes, it does.
I am loving these armor classes you all have. For 7 damage, and same thing, I need a strength save. Alright, well the wolves made up for their bad frost breath.
So, can I... Oh, okay. Hold on. So, patient defense, you can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. How do you dodge? Like, how do I dodge on my own turn?
So that would mean, yeah, so you would turn it on your turn, and then for anybody attacking you for the next round, it would be
I
active.
see. Okay. So, a strength save.
Alright, you plant your feet and you kind of shove that wolf off, but obviously the damage is still quite painful. And then we go to Frey.
So, as the one wolf, like, tried to bite her and kind of got, like, a single tooth in.
Is that how much damage a single tooth does? I'd hate to have the full amount.
That was a little single tooth. Again, she just starts maniacally laughing. It's just the creepiest thing. She just starts hearing her. And she just goes straight into a rage. And she just starts swinging. And the whole time, just laughing the whole time. And she'll swing at number 3 because that's the one that actually bit her. But she's keeping her eyes like on number 1 there.
Right.
Just
yeah.
like-
So. Yeah, and the wolf with the glowing blue eyes it looked, larger and just more healthier than the other wolves, but still, relatively same size and everything else. It's just had those weird glowing blue eyes and obviously had intelligence behind him, and then opened his mouth and did that crazy frost thing. So yeah, that one.
She's also gonna recklessly attack because it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, explain for that one for those of us that have not
Sounds
seen
like fun.
that have not seen Barbarian.
Yes. So, when I make my first attack on my turn, I can decide to attack recklessly. It gives me advantage on melee weapon rolls using strength, but I kind of have advantage on attack rolls against me.
I like this.
So, but, let's see if I can hit real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one are you wanting to target?
I'm gonna go number 3 because it bit me.
True.
2-handed with advantage.
That certainly does hit. All right, Frey. How would you like to absolutely that's a lot of damage. How would you like to absolutely? You rolled max damage on your fucking
Wow.
battle axe, by the way.
Mhm.
You
That's
destroy
bad.
this wolf.
She literally just chops all the way through it. It's just like a one-headed swing.
Just
blood
all the way
spray. Yeah.
On the nice
And then
white
she'll look
snow.
at the next one and say, "Keep your teeth off." And she turns and faces one.
Yeah.
Like it does like the come at me.
The blue-eyed one kind of blinks at that when you just respond by just hacking it completely.
Like again, she is still just maniacally laughing because this is like her favorite pastime right now. And it's just she's thoroughly enjoying this.
Probably not the first time you face wolves.
Mm-mm.
All right, Edmund.
Edmund looks around and sees that the wolves are surrounding them. So he's gonna use a new spell.
Hmm.
So he's gonna dance around this wolf here, and his hands come together. That's right.
You said dance. Dance.
That's true. That's true. He's dancing around the walls, just like pirouetting. But his hands come together, and he touches the ground. You see this electricity just shooting in a straight line across 2, 5, and 4. And the moisture around them, the wolves start. Oops, sorry, no description was there. How'd your description?
Oh, you're doing a fine job of the description. I'm liking this.
Oh, okay. But he changes the properties of the moisture in the air into acid. So each creature, there it is. Each creature must make a dex saving throw, or have the moisture turn into acid around them. And a creature covered in acid takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns.
Oh.
Okay, so you transform the moisture. Would you say in the ground or in the air?
In the air.
Okay.
Around them, on the
To
wolves.
scalding acid on these wolves in a. Yeah, I did line those wolves up. Son of a bitch.
Oh wow.
What's my
multiple-
save?
All right, so the result is
13. Dang it.
yeah, 2 of them make the save and the other one so the one in number 5 it's
Damn these wolves.
and it's not half damage, right? It's just all the damage. 6.
It's just you either get covered or you don't get covered.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It does say it's concentration, so it's an ongoing effect though. The effect
Yeah,
lasts for the
sounds
spell's
like-
duration. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
beginning
covered
of
in
each of the
acid.
turns.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will.
So just the number 5 is covered in acid.
Okay, yep. So you see that moisture, and a couple of the wolves managed to dodge out of the way of this effect, but one of them is just covered in the scalding acid. All right, we go to Celeste. I don't know why you showed up in the initiative tracker as your name and not
Yeah, I
your
don't
character
know
name.
either.
That is weird.
That was really weird because, like, at the bottom it says Celeste.
I wonder if does it still say that on your
So-
character sheet? No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Must
Yeah,
have it
no, I
somewhere on
thought
the character
too.
sheet. That's
Yeah,
Pretty weird.
That is weird.
the token.
Like
Oh,
this
maybe.
token.
Yes, it does say it on the token. Oh, weird.
Oh, weird. Oh, I
All
see.
right.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. I'll have to remember to change that or it'll keep doing it because I've got your default
Weird.
token set up. All right, Celeste, you have sobered up by now. You have water splashed in your face and it's been a couple hours on the road.
Okay. I will smack number 4 with my quarterstaff. Ooh.
That is a hell of a hit.
Mhm.
That will certainly hit.
For
You guys are
11
look at the
bludgeoning.
other max damage again. These huge attacks. Celeste, once again, you're same as Frey. You just take one big hit and just probably clock that wolf like right across the head, and just you hear a cracking sound and just falls down, slump.
If Frey hears the
Slump?
cracking sound, she laughs harder.
You get the approval.
Then I'll make an unarmed strike against number 5.
It's the bonus action, unarmed.
Yeah.
15 does hit. Wolves do not wear much armor.
5 damage.
Okay, that does. I mean, this wolf is melting from acid, so it doesn't quite down it, but and it seemed to be one of the bigger, healthier wolves, but
Okay.
it is not looking very good.
Then Celeste runs away.
You want to take the attack of opportunity from the wolf because it's still up.
Nope. It's one of my things. It's my mobile feat.
Oh, you're right.
I know.
Thank you.
This was planned.
It was planned.
Fuck you, DM. I can do this. This
yeah,
is
if
not.
I make
This
a
is not the
melee
last
attack-
time we're gonna have that conversation too. It's gonna be a frequent reminder. I can break this rule. Valravin, you are on the ground, bleeding. You've seen acid come by. You've seen several wolves go down.
Robin, in his whole travels, he has never been in this much danger before, ever. He is uncomfortable with how much danger he is in at the moment. But even on the ground, he will still pull out his book and begin looking at the acid-covered wolf that is hunkering over him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll begin jotting in his book. And though the wolf struck hard against the heroic Eladrin, he found the thoughts in his bestial head turn against him. Thoughts of how terrible a deed he was committing. And as those thoughts raced through his mind, he became afraid, not of the elf prone before him, but of his own feral nature. And he became truly afraid.
Oh boy.
And Valravin is going to cast Dissonant Whispers. He needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. I also rolled really good on that damage.
Yeah, you did. 17, almost 18 is max damage. You guys are doing all this crazy damage. My goodness. Yes, your discordant or your speech racks through this wolf as it stands over you, and its eyes just go wide, and suddenly it just seems to have like a seizure and just falls over dead. I don't know how many times you're gonna kill things with your words, and I have to describe that, but that is what occurs here.
It'll be interesting to read the recap tomorrow when you try to describe that.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that wolf felt so sad.
And Valravin will stand up using half his movement, and he will follow Celeste. He'll go over here.
Flee. All right, Thimbleweed.
All right, Thimbleweed. Well, so what's the deal with the wolf one with the eye on him?
That's the one that was speaking to you and has glowing blue eyes and exhaled that frost breath thing.
Okay.
He's in a staring match with me currently.
Yeah, that wolf is starting to look around and seeing all these dead wolves.
I thought we could be friends, Wolf. I gave you everything I knew, including my heart. Time for me to play Cupid and pierce you with my short bow of death.
Shit!
Oh no!
Wow!
It is
Such a speech!
The speech worked. Massive crit.
So with the crit, I have Piercer.
Oh shit.
Which I roll one additional damage die.
Oh boy.
That's 9 plus 6. Plus another 6. Or another 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crit.
Wow, perfect.
So, 16?
Yeah.
All right. Impressingly enough, that wolf was very large, and you stagger, and its eyes just go wide, but it's still alive, which means we get to roll on our massive damage table for the first time this campaign. Which, hopefully you all have access to that table. Did I make that? I hope I made that table. Did I make this table? Maybe I didn't. What? DC. Oh, did I make a massive damage table? Damn it, Eric. Irresponsible. Well, it's in the house rules, so... think you're just
Do the
gonna
roll.
Yeah, I think it was still a 1d10. So, yeah, so roll me he gets to roll a con save. That's what it is. Con save first. Equal to DC 10 or half the damage, whichever is greater. Which in your case is he fails anyway. All right, so roll me a D10, please, Thimbleweed.
All right. Also, thank you to chat. Can I re-roll that last die? Since it says you can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice.
Oh, it sure does. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks,
To
chat.
re-roll one of the attack's damage die, and you must use the new roll.
Oh,
Obviously,
anytime you
you
do
can
any piercing damage. Oh, wow. Okay.
Extra 2. That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Nick's G.
the extra 2 is very important because that actually does kill that wolf. So you don't get to roll on the massive damage table after all.
All right.
And as that wolf, as that Cupid heart arrow pierces that wolf's heart, the wolf cries out with a deep howl, says, "Hell, Ravison," and then it finally collapses, falls to the
What?
ground. You heard it say, "Tell Ravison."
I have no idea who Ravison is.
You do not.
I won't.
That's a final insult.
We refuse.
All right, so top initiative order, there's only one wolf left, and that wolf seems like it was given instructions specifically by the other one. And you don't see the intelligence, like the blue eyes in this wolf, but it seems to have understood what the other one just said, and it will take the disengage action and just sprint off to basically into the darkness, like beyond some trees.
Stop him. He might be Ravison.
Wait,
How
we should
far
probably
did he
stop
run?
him. He might tell Ravison.
Yeah. Yeah, how far did he run?
Wolves up is-
Thimbleweed is putting the pieces together.
yeah.
How far did he run?
You know what? We're gonna say he's not gonna do the disengage action. So Edmund, you will get a attack of opportunity on this wolf because there's only one person near him, so maybe he'll get lucky.
That kind of does the spell count as an attack opportunity? Or
Yeah, you
just-
can. I think that's actually a specific feat you have to take to be able to do that. But no, you can't normally cast a spell as an attack of opportunity.
Okay, so just an attack.
Yeah, kind of melee attack. 21 does hit. You guys are after these wolves. All right, you slice a good chunk out of it as it runs, but it doesn't quite. Although it leaves a heavy blood trail as that wolf takes off, and it can use the dodge action, and it sprints through the trees and runs. I will say it runs out of sight of even those that have dark vision with its speed.
Tracker. Can you track the blood? As he looks
I
at Thimbleweed.
can. Sorry. What?
Yeah, as he's looking at you, he asks.
I can and I shall and I will. To the blood trail.
Give me a. I was going to take you guys out of initiative though.
Celeste cleaning the blood.
Yeah.
Clean my blood this time, you tall thing.
Are you want to chase after it?
Yes.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Hunt that wolf.
Okay, are all of you following? Are all of you following? And you notice it's going well off the trail at this point.
Feel like I would probably leave this to the hunter. I wouldn't follow.
Thimbleweed, you're following for maybe 15 minutes, and you're following a trail of blood, and it is getting more and more difficult. Like, it's not that you can't follow the blood, but the conditions around you almost supernaturally are becoming more oppressive, more dark, and you feel like the wind just keeps whipping around and getting more violent Do you want to keep following?
With them. No, let's turn around. I think we've lost it.
Far in front of me, can I see?
I mean, with your dark vision, you can still see 60 feet, and you have not seen this. You're trying to keep up with it, and you have not seen this wolf. You can roll a nature check to try to find out how fast wolves are, but if it's using its dodge action, or not dodge, dash action, yeah, you know that they're faster than you.
Ah, curses. Fine. We'll head back. Let them know we'll have to tell this Ravison ourselves.
The wolves have nothing on them, unfortunately.
Of course not.
You all can continue your journey.
Does did the main wolf seem like he was any different?
Physically, you don't see anything different. It seems like he is kind of the leader of the pack in terms of he was healthier than the other wolves. But, no, you can't tell. And you like even open the eye. Like, he just looks like a dead wolf now.
Okay.
And this is a phenomenon you have never seen before.
Can we look at his eyes? Or his
Yeah,
face
yeah,
real quick?
exactly. You open it up and it just looks like a dead wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whatever was...
Possessed by some magic, perhaps.
What could have magic powerful enough to be inside of a wolf?
You sure I get something like that at 3rd level?
Possess is the word I was trying to think of.
Yes. Be inside.
Be inside.
I wanna be on you.
Could I cast a spell to be in you?
Just Ron Burgundy trying to cast a spell.
That sounds like a really bad pickup line at a D&D event.
Yeah.
I'd like to cast a spell to be in you.
We'll never know. Let's try to find this wizard.
We kill the wizard so we don't have to deal with this anymore.
So you all can continue your journey north, and it just takes probably less than an hour to make it to Termalaine.
Frey is very pulled back now because now there's nothing to kill.
Yeah, you guys.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah. I guess I should be glad I got early initiative because you guys fucking nailed those wolves to the floor with these damage rolls. My goodness. Founded by Kalashite settlers who appreciated beauty, Termalaine is widely regarded as the most picturesque town in Icewind Dale, spreading out from the shore of Mare Dwalden and bordered on the north and west by tall pines. Its buildings incorporate carvings of wizards, homunculi, tigers, and smiling djinn. For most visitors, the enchantment of the town is dispelled as soon as they feel the icy claws and teeth of the cold wind sweeping down from the north, shearing through their layers of clothing. Termalaine was built in the path of this dreadful gale, which continues well past the town to hairy fishers on the southern half of the lake. In addition to fishers, Termalaine is home to miners who harvest gemstones from a cavern complex set into a low hill north and east of the town. Which, again, I need to turn off
Yeah.
gliding. I don't know why that was on.
And being in the more mountainous type areas, you'll literally see Frey kind of relaxing a tad bit because it's closer to home.
This is true. Yeah, you're probably
Not-
familiar.
Not much, but
Yeah, Linwood is not that far.
yeah. But you notice her taking deep breaths of the pine trees and stuff.
Yeah. And there's no walls here. You just kind of walk in. There's not really much in the way of guards or anything. You're feeling this is obviously a much smaller town. It's kind of hard to judge by some of the maps on the population size, but those first two towns you were in were generally some of the bigger towns in 10 Towns, and now we're getting to more just villages. Just kind of a bunch of people on the frontier. And it doesn't take long before you're in town when Speaker Maschu himself actually comes up to all of you. his picture up again, but he was the young half orc.
Ah, the one who had the hots for Celeste.
And he thanks you all for coming. Let's see, there he is. And notices that some of you might be injured and says, "Oh, I hope the road wasn't too dangerous."
Is
Not
it common
dangerous
for
enough.
people to be attacked by talking wolves on your road?
I'm sorry, what?
He hit
Wolves
his
in
head
general.
very hard.
Oh, wolves. I suppose we do have them around here, but usually they stay away from people, especially groups.
Well, then
Well,
I
they
might
told us to tell Ravinson. Ravison. Ravison. Ravison astute.
I'm sorry. Is that one all right? If it was a bad journey, maybe you all need a short rest.
I wouldn't turn it down, sir. Does that name mean anything to you? Or any of the names that my companion has been spouting?
I could look into it, I suppose, but no, I'm not sure.
If anyone does know,
I admit
that would
I
be
don't
very
know everyone in town.
I don't believe it's someone in your town.
Oh,
Unless your town is cohorting with talking wolves.
oh.
Now, why do you believe that?
Is this some kind of joke?
Foul Raven?
Are you having a go at me, sir?
We're not having a go at you. I am
doing a
being
bit.
sincere. I am pouring my heart out.
Last time you did that, you killed a wolf in one hit. Slow it right to the heart.
I think we have a traitor in our midst. Valorvin knows more than he's letting on about this Ravenson.
What?
Valraven and Ravenson. Two.
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
He takes out a little whiteboard.
Balroggen? You just got a line drawn. Ravenson?
There's just traitor written across your face.
Mark. I'm not accusing anyone, but
The clues are all there. After you
we'll
all
talk about this in private later, Thimbleweed.
Very well.
So,
I will happily explain myself.
thank you all for coming. As I mentioned before during the meeting, the kobolds showed up in our mine a few days ago, according to the miners who fled. But they refused to go back to work.
Were any of your miners hurt or killed by these kobolds?
No, I don't believe so. They were, the miners all mentioned the fact that they were brandishing weapons and yelling at them, but, no.
Interesting. But they, of course, won't go back because of the presence of the kobolds alone.
That's right. I mean, you know, sometimes we'll have some kobolds come to town and they'll trade, or maybe even work some, you know, job that nobody else wants to do, and they'll, you know, get paid or get their trade done, and then they'll leave. We've never had them try to take over a mine before.
Yes, quite unusual. Like talking wolves, you might say.
Yes, I suppose that would be unusual as well. I'm sorry, are you alright?
Like
We're
I
doing
said, he hit his head very hard.
Yeah, he does look very nasty, I must say.
Yes. Opportunity to sit down would be most welcome, by the way.
Yes, of course. And he kind of leads you over to the inn here in the town, which is the east side.
East side?
Says, yes, I would please if you could get to it as soon as possible, perhaps just a short rest, and then it's been a pressing concern. The whole town is a bit of a standstill without the mine.
Yes, well. We've had a bit of a journey, but I believe you give us an hour to recuperate ourselves, and we will be off to your mine. How far away is this mine from here?
Oh, it's just about maybe less than an hour up the road. I'm trying to figure out how long that is in miles, but
Right.
we'll do it in time instead.
Very good.
Maybe 45-minute walk. It's too close to the town.
Yes. Yeah, can we short rest?
Yes, you all can
Okay.
get a short rest.
I will take a hit dice.
Begin short rest now. As
Oh,
he
God.
stares at you.
Yeah.
No, he can. If you all have just already accepted everything and you kind of accepted the quest before, he will leave you all to it.
Well,
Or unless
he
you have
leaves,
something. Yeah, if you have something you want to
before
say.
he leaves, Valravn will pull him aside just very, very quickly as he's leaving. He'll pull him aside and say, I'm sure this is no surprise to you, but Speaker Max Hildenar?
Mhm.
Is that what Max Hildenar? He is no friend of yours, and I would not, if I were in your shoes, underestimate his cunning or the depths to which he will sink to see you fail.
His eyes shoot up. Says, oh. Well, I mean, yeah, he kind of seemed like a jerk, but I didn't. You think he's behind this?
Oh, no, dear. Of course not, but perhaps just keep your eyes open. He is no friend of yours.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Valravn will also be doing his once he returns. He'll sit down and be like, "Let me while we have some time, let me practice the story of the talking wolves on the road to you all." Which is probably intensely boring to all of you because you just experienced it firsthand.
Only one extra hit die for me. In
it was that boring.
Good point.
And then from the crowd, Thimbleweed will jeer at him and explain how you're not a traitor to our party.
Valravn will spend the rest of the time, after he tells the story of the wolves, explaining that some people have names that are kind of similar, but that does not necessarily mean they are the same person.
What?
Yes. In fact, my name has a comma in it. No, it doesn't.
Aha!
Val.
You can't
Robin.
lie your way out of this one.
I was looking at the chat and somebody put a comma. Anyway.
I've been on you since the very beginning.
Everybody in the chat's not going to spell your name with a fucking comma.
It's
I
not,
hope
it's
you
not even a
appreciate
comma
that.
either. It's the other one. The
He doesn't know what
apostrophe.
There you go. It's the ceiling comma, the stalagomma that hangs from the sky.
That's right.
Yeah, after Valravn.
No, it's
Valra-
Ball.
Valraven.
You have to
Yeah.
pause in between.
Gotcha.
After
Raven.
Does your name really have an apostrophe? I never fucking noticed
No,
this.
it
I didn't know that
It
either.
does.
It does not.
You
It does
don't
not.
even
Guys,
fucking-
now.
Somebody in the chat combined the two names whenever Thimbleweed was making those
You
jokes.
just ran with it.
And I like it. I got confused.
He updates his name in the book. I like that. It's a comma now.
Nick, it's all your fault. You typed Val Robinson, and he was putting an apostrophe between the two names, and I got confused.
Can't even spell his own name.
So yeah, after Val Raven explains grammar and naming and words for over an hour, Thimbleweed eventually gets it.
It's a montage. A terrible, terrible montage.
I'm like opening my book, pointing to words.
You feel less rested.
Take psychic damage.
One point of exhaustion for you.
Yeah. After that scintillating conversation, you all can head off to the gem mine. It does say that. The characters follow a trail from Termalaine and can be there in 30 minutes. I was close.
Yeah, you were close.
Yeah.
There you go.
The entrance to the gem mine is an open tunnel in a hillside. Empty carts are parked near the entrance, next to which a crudely wooden sign has been propped up. Written on the sign in charcoal are the words, "Kobolds only," in common.
Wait, hold on. Start that description again. We got to the entrance of the mine, and there's a sign.
Yes.
Okay.
Entrance to the gem mine is an open tunnel in a hillside. Empty carts are parked near the entrance, where a crude wooden sign has been propped up, and written on the sign in charcoal are the words, "Kobolds only," in common.
Oh. Okay. My friends, might I suggest that unless violence is done upon us, we might refrain from violence in the meantime. Perhaps this certainly does not look good for these kobolds, but no one has been hurt thus far. And perhaps we might resolve the situation without anyone getting hurt. He's kind of staring at Frey as he says that.
Frey, don't kill anyone yet.
Edmund puts his hand on your shoulders. Then how about you be a good lad and you go in first and explain that to the kobolds.
I've seen quite a many diplomatic missions, so perhaps I can handle that.
Yeah, so
Faran is sweating though.
If you would please give me a marching order, as well as when you start to descend this mined tunnel, stairs going down, like, you know, kind of that wooden beams like built into the rock. It's completely dark, and some of you don't have dark vision.
Nope.
So explain to me how you want to handle, I guess, the order in which you want to go, and then if you want to use any kind of light sources. How do you want to handle that?
I mean, I guess I'll go first. Edmund kind of put him on the spot.
I can go first. It's fine.
Can I touch a tiny non-magical object? Oh, that's terrible. I touch a tiny non-magical object. It's gonna make a crude joke about Valravn, but I'll pick up a pebble instead. Ballroom, and use the first one. Bright light in 5 feet and dim light for 5 more feet.
Okay.
Right.
Flickers, and transmutes the stone into a glowing stone.
Okay. So it's a 10-foot light, 5 bright and 5 dim.
No, wait, what? 5-foot radius. So yeah, 10 foot across.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have who here has dark vision? Who can see?
I can.
You can see.
I believe the bard, the half-orc, and the gnome have dark vision.
Oh, okay. So just 2 of us then. So
Yeah.
I'll tinker 2. I have up to 4 tinkers, so I'll do 2 of them.
Oh.
And keep 1 and give 1 to the other person, whoever needs it.
Frey would be the other one.
Here, Ray, hold this. And I know you want to, go and kill everything, but let's see how Valravn handles this diplomatically. And then once they kill him, then you can kill everything behind it.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works. Okay. So you give one of those stones. You guys are now emitting light from your rocks that everybody can then see. Although it doesn't, I mean, 10 feet, is
Yeah.
almost not going to give you a huge amount of room, but it does let you see a little bit. You actually have a cool effect in here. All right, so what's going to be the marching order that you said? Thimbleweed was first?
Yeah. I'll go right behind him. Just
Okay.
very, very close.
Go third. I guess phrase 4, Celeste will probably always be last.
Celeste is uncomfortable with that.
Want to be in the middle?
Yeah.
We'll go last.
Celeste
It's fine.
wants to
You
be
all just
sandwiched.
like Josh for... Okay. You descend down rough-hewn steps for about 60 feet until the tunnel widens into a cavern. The floor is covered with rock dust and tracks. Racks holding picks and hammers are nailed to the walls. Welcome to... Never mind.
Ooh.
So some of you can see further than others.
All right. I'll say, all right. There seems to be something up ahead, and it looks not alive.
So Thimbleweed, with your dark vision, you can make out what appears to be a giant rodent, and it does appear to be dead. It's just a bloodied corpse. You see paths of this initial room that you're in go in 3 different directions with the rodent corpse down the central path.
I'll relay all that information.
Celeste tries to turn and push her way back out. Nope.
So your fear of caves is greater than your need to clean dead rats.
That's an excellent point. And she's gonna stay and try to get to the rat to clean it.
All right.
I'll go investigate the rat then.
Okay. What's everybody's passive perceptions, by the way? Just so I know.
I
12.
I have
11.
10, but I do have danger sense. I have an
14.
uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be.
That's very vague. Can you post that in the Roll20? Thimbleweed. All right, hang on. Y'all are moving too much. The king's doing things nearby should be giving you an edge when you dodge away from danger. Advantage on dex saving those against side effects you can see, such as traps and spells. Can be blinded, deafened, or inputs. Okay. Thimbleweed. Sorry, I'm gonna back you guys up just a second. Thimbleweed, as you walk down towards the giant, what looks like a giant rat corpse, you see around it like what look like shards of like just blades and knives, and almost like somebody just dumped over a cart of like just miscellaneous metal objects that look like they would just not feel great if they, you bathed in them or something. And they're just kind of strewn all about, and then this giant rat corpse is just sitting in the middle of them. And then as you walk forward to check that out, a seemingly, you kind of step over what looks like a seemingly random gray cloth on the ground, which suddenly gives way beneath your weight, sending you tumbling down into a 10-foot pit filled with a variety of sharp rocks and pickaxes. I'm gonna need a dexterity save.
Danger!
Danger indeed. If that rolls correctly. Ooh, that is some damage.
Ouch!
So you failed the save, so you actually take the full 10-foot fall damage, and then you fall on just about all of the blades down there.
It hurts.
You see Thimbleweed jumping forward and just zoop, just falls down. You're like a crashing sound. And you are currently in a 10-foot pit. Now you look up and you just see it's just nasty. Like somebody just literally dumped a cart over of just metal like shavings and just random. You know, it wasn't like sharpened stakes or anything. It was just a pit full of sharpened objects. And it doesn't look like it would be anything to just scramble back out, even though 10 feet for a gnome is not fun.
Okay.
But this is not like a sheer cliff. Just like somebody crudely dug this out.
I'm going to regenerate some of that health, though.
Okay.
A potion? Or a spell?
Something like that.
He is in a 10-foot pit, so you're not sure what's happening. Celeste, you might be looking over with some concern.
Help! I'm in a pit. My own despair.
Celeste, Celeste, give me a perception check. All right, you have no idea what's going on in that pit until he calls for you, and you look down and see poor Thimbleweed down there.
Somebody, Edmund, Frey, he needs your help.
Oh, but what? He said it was a dead rat. Did it come back alive or something?
Frey will walk under Celeste's legs and just like drop a rope down for Thimbleweed to climb up. She's literally
Thank
like
you.
just basically standing underneath Celeste at this point.
Yeah, that does not require a check or anything. You can just scramble right up that rope. I did start the
Okay.
MVPC poll, folks. Please vote. Who is our session's MVPC?
But yeah, that was pretty much almost all my health.
Yeah, he does not look good when he climbs out of that pit.
It's
Right. There's a pathway over here, guys.
yeah, there's 3 of them. There's one to the south, one to
Yes.
the east, and another one to the south.
Yeah, then we went down the central one and then went to
On the central one, how big is that pit now? Like across?
it seems to cover most of that area, but you think, especially with your size, now that you see the pit, you can kind of skirt around it. It was not, and you can instantly see this was not like a professionally like sheer, room to room. This was a very hastily dug pit to just kind of grab the, central area. So you feel like you could skirt around it now that you know it's there.
Maybe we could skirt around it.
Good show. Let's do that.
All right.
Um,
I'll continue forward by
Okay.
skirting around the pit.
Yep. Edmund and Valra, I mean, you guys are all free to explore your various
Yeah, I'll
caverns as well.
very, very tentatively step forward down the southern path.
Okay.
Baravin's still convinced that even after that pit, he's still convinced that maybe we'll meet the kobolds on diplomatic grounds and be able to talk our way out of this.
Easy for you to say. You didn't fall in the pit.
That's yeah, exactly.
Is what I would say.
Baravin would be dead if he fell in that pit, but
Leave you in that pit. Okay, you can go down that left path. Thimbleweed, as you go further closer to the rat body, you see that the ground is indeed kind of a similar situation where it just looks like almost like something exploded and just spewed what looks like just shrapnel everywhere.
Oh, okay. Can in that case, kind of search to see if it's safe to travel across?
Absolutely. Give me a perception check as you kind of search around for any active threats. It seems pretty clear to you.
Great.
All right. Um, I'll continue forward.
Boy, we have a very contentious poll right now. We need more votes.
Oh.
It's getting competitive. Okay. Edmund, did you want to go down your side, or are you just waiting for everybody else? And Frey, what do you all want to do?
No, I'm gonna go to the right.
Okay.
I'll follow Thimbleweed. A shorty's got to stick together.
Edmund, as you go down that right cavern, you can see gems glittering in a ridge. There's a rocky ridge that separates the kind of eastern half of the room to the western half, with picks and shovels leaning against the walls, and you see kind of small gem deposits in the ridge and wall of the cave gleaming.
Like they're loose, or you mean they need to be picked out, or what?
No, yeah, they're embedded in the wall. Like that's where they were, getting out gems.
I pull out a few of them, but I don't try too hard.
I mean, you could try to, but you realize it would not be a hand job. This would be a pickaxe job.
You hadn't paused, it wouldn't have registered.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm not gonna pick up a pickaxe, but
Okay.
yeah, if something's loose in my hands, just curious.
Yeah. That's what you see in there. You do see that the path continues around the corner. I don't know if you want me to move your token or not. But
I mean, he is holding a baby.
I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can do that for you if you wish, but
Oh, sorry, is this a fork? What happened here?
yeah, so that's the ridge right here is where you see the gems, and then you see the path continue along towards the south.
Okay, so it doesn't go north then.
Correct.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep, keep on going around.
All right, you make it about halfway into the room before you hear a hissing sound and look down and see a black canister that now just starts billowing out a sickly yellow gas, and within moments begins to fill this room, which nobody else came with you, so it's only you that needs to give me a con saving throw.
I can do about this, right?
That's what you can do. You can roll a very fine con save. You basically hold your breath very, very well.
He
And-
pulled his coat up against his face.
There you go. After a few moments, it disappears. The rest of you kind of see that, as well, actually you don't. You're around the corner. But this gas doesn't linger. It kind of filters off through the various caves, and once it does, it kind of leaves that area.
I'd like to investigate this black canister.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
See where it was made. Is it German technology?
That's right. Made with German engineering, but
German
Swiss scientists. It looks very crude, and pretty simplistic from what you would consider to be an invention. It's pretty much just designed to, trigger whenever somebody got close. Valravin, from your point of view,
It stopped as soon as I got where I'm at and saw what I saw.
sure, yeah. You have not run into any issues from what you can see in terms of traps, but your path seems to end in a kind of a ridge. So you're up above this other room that you're looking down into, which you can see benches and tables set up as workspaces, presumably where miners would clean gemstones. There's just gravel and pebbles strewn on the ground, some hammers and picks, like pieces of a broken lantern. And then you see a rather sizable group of large rodents seem to be noisily picking at a dead body on the ground.
Robin will make that corner and
Yeah.
just freeze and try to just step backwards as quietly as possible.
Okay. If you're not advancing, then they have not seen you, and you're not trying to get any
Okay.
closer. So there's no stealth check required there. But that's
Then
what you
I'm
saw.
just going to Back the fuck out of that hallway. That's when he meets back up with Frey. That other hallway is filled with rodents of unusual size.
Oh, use your diplomacy.
I didn't.
Use your diplomacy. Where's your diplomacy now?
I'm afraid I don't speak rodent, my dear Frey.
Let's go kill some things.
There are 3 large rodents if you wish to cut some living things down to size.
I do.
Farhan will step back and just sort of motion to her, like, go at it.
Da-da-da.
And then Celeste and Thimbleweed, you all see. So the path continues to the north and then to the east from your vantage point, and then to the south, which is where you see that dead rat and the kind of shrapnel everywhere. As far as you're aware, the coast is clear.
Okay, I'll step forward.
Okay, when you step forward,
Nothing
nothing happens. You gingerly,
Okay,
you have to kind of. It's difficult terrain here because you are looking down and making sure you're not like stepping on sharp blades and shit. I'm sure you're all wearing boots, but still. You would imagine if you were to be knocked prone, it would not feel very good here. But yeah, it is no immediate danger. However, you round a corner and you see basically the same room I just described to Valravn, which is the benches. It looks like a processing room that you would take the gems and kind of clean the stones. And you see a bunch of these live giant rats seem to be kind of picking at what appears to be a dead body.
Oh no, there are rats up ahead.
I yell.
You yell that?
Can I toss my little stone out in front of me so I can see better whenever I
Sure.
find the entrance to the room?
Yes, you have. Yeah, because you can only see 10 feet. Okay, you have to get all the way up to the edge of the ridge before you finally see what's going on, and you are holding this, which thankfully you are up ahead. But yes, you can throw that stone down, and then at the same moment, Thimbleweed yells out that there are rats up ahead, and I believe
Yes, we see them.
and I believe that is where we are going to end our session for tonight. We have a 3-way tie for our MVPC poll. And there were quite a few votes, so it was an impressive tie. Valravn, Celeste, and Thimbleweed all get to roll on the MVPC
Wow. So that's
table.
That's chat. If you really want to break the system and help your players out, that's how
Yes.
you do it.
Get the ties.
You tie up
I
the
think that
polls
happened
every
because
goddamn
at one
week.
point I wasn't paying, minute to minute, but it was like 2 of them, and then I think somebody tried to do that. It was like, let's make sure everybody gets the good stuff. So the 3 of you can go ahead and roll for your. Which one is that?
How do we do that again? I forgot.
How do you do that again?
Oh, I see
So
it.
you go to the macro and then go to MVPC poll.
If you
Oh,
put
wait.
check marks where it says in bar, it'll drop them below
pressed the
everyone's
wrong-
names.
I pressed the wrong thing.
Oh yeah.
Potion of healing.
All of you got different things. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Celeste, you rolled twice for some reason.
I rolled the wrong thing.
Oh, you rolled the. Okay, I got
the
you.
first time.
Yeah, the reward. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Celeste gets a potion of healing. Valravn, yeah, you already rolled your gemstone, your 10 GP gemstone obsidian, and then Thimbleweed. There should be another one for spell scrolls. Another table to roll. So I could put that on the bar, couldn't I?
Arm person.
There we go.
Arm person spell scroll. All right.
You get a spell scroll of charm person. And remember, we have different house rules for casting spell scrolls. So that's kind of why I put that in there. It can kind of it basically opens up spells to where more people can cast more spells. It just is more tied to your skills rather than what spells you can normally cast.
Nice.
Indeed. Where is my outro? There we go. All right. So that is our session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, Raymond, and Reese for playing, and thank you to our wonderful fans for watching, and thank you to the amazing patrons. Shoutouts to my platinum patrons: Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Manuel, Wizard, Princess, Christopher, Star Loverly, Thomas, Ian, Captain Mike, Adam, Goblinworks, Aiden, and Instant Lose. And gold patrons: RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcos de Vicente, Gilberto, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Ross, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Fatboy 619, Sclenny, Nick, Farty McButterplants, Blood, Angel, Veronis, The Fireworks Factory, Baboon, Sean, AK, Cert, Tubi, Nathan, and Fast Like a Tortoise. We are live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we will see you all next time.
Like, close to the right time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all in Frostside chat as well in a few moments.